everybody, and welcome to Belfast, and welcome to the NATSCA 2026 conference. I'm really pleased to welcome you along with all of the rest of the committee. My name is Jan Galashaw. I am one of the co-chairs of the committee. Just to let you know, if you're looking out for any committee members during this 2 days, we are wearing green name tags, mostly apart from Effie, who we for some reason didn't give a green tag to. So you can find us that way. So please feel free to come and introduce yourselves and say hi. This is just a very, very brief intro, just to give you a bit of the general bits and bobs that are going on today. So also welcome to our online viewers. Thank you so much for joining if you are joining online. Firstly, as far as I'm aware, there are no fire alarms scheduled for today. So if they do go off, please just make your way out. It's towards the Kelvin statue is where you're meant to assemble. So I'm sure that members of staff will be directing you that way. So just follow the fire sign exits and they will take you there. For toilets, there are toilets to the left and up the stairs. There is one toilet downstairs. There are additional toilets to the right through by the cafe. So bear that in mind, because generally if we're going to break for tea and you're busting, maybe go to an alternate toilet before it's too late. We have posters and trade stands in the Belfast room, which is through where you're having tea, carry on round. You might have seen them already. And that is also where our food and refreshments are going to be done today. And I just want to say a massive thank you to those of the trade stand people that are here and our sponsors for coming, and please do go and chat with them, because they are brilliant and offer lots of brilliant things. Also, a massive, huge thanks to the Ulster staff for organising this brilliant conference, and I'm sure it's going to be excellent, but they have absolutely worked tirelessly to do that. And in addition to that, our amazing conference committee team as well, who have really worked hard to get everybody here today and get it all working. There will be tours for various bits and bobs that are going on tomorrow. The sign-up sheets are also in the Belfast room, so please do sign up for tours if you have time to do those. They'll be at about 3-ish onwards once the conference talks finish on Friday. There's various formats of the sessions, so just run through the schedules. Hopefully you've all got schedules or are sitting next to somebody that does have a schedule so you can follow them. There's various bits. The first section will be lightning talks this morning. We do have a panel discussion this afternoon, which I'm really looking forward to as well. So yeah, just follow those. We are running an iNaturalist event along with this, so thanks to Mike Rutherford for the suggestion for that. So we did post out the details for that. There is a link, so I can't remember it offhand. Speak to Mike and he will give you the details if you want to join in with that. That essentially is just, if you're wandering around the area and you see something interesting wildlife wise, or not even if it's not that interesting, just record it, then you can use iNaturalist to do that. That'd be brilliant. And I have 2 minutes, so I've spoken really too fast. But anyway, I'm going to give a brief. Oh, that's the other thing, sorry. If you are on social media and posting today, please do tag us into your posts. I can't actually remember all of the different names we are on social media, but you should be able to find us if you type in NATSCA. But it's normally hashtag NATSCA 2026 is the hashtag to use. We are on Instagram, LinkedIn, and Blue Sky. And after all that, I'm going to give a brief introduction to, I'd just like to welcome Gordon Milligan, who's the chairperson of the board for National Museums Northern Ireland, who is just going to give us a nice welcome. So thank you very much.
Well, good morning, everyone. As been introduced, my name is Gordon Milligan. I'm the chair of the board of the National Museums in Northern Ireland, and I'd like to welcome you all to the Ulster Museum here this morning. I believe it's the first time your conference has been in Belfast. Where have you been? Why so long? But you're very, very welcome. And indeed, I hope you take time to enjoy the good Irish hospitality and kindness that I'm sure you'll be exposed to over the next few days. There's lots going on in Northern Ireland. There's lots of conferences. It's attracting really good visitor numbers. I just came from what's called the Balmoral show this morning, which is the major agricultural show in Northern Ireland. So I'm say 20,000 visitors per day over a 4-day period. And very interesting. I was at a breakfast this morning. That's why I've got a shirt and tie on. Don't usually wear a tie, but and Adam Henson from Countryside was the guest speaker, and some really interesting insights from him. He talked a lot about sustainability and the environment. He's got a 1,600-acre farm in the Cotswolds, and he was talking about he's turned somewhere in the region of 30% over to environmental projects, wildflower meadows, growing the insect and bee population. But then talked about the significant pressures on farmers and some of the global challenges that they're facing into. And said he'll cry in this pillow if he has to plough those acres that are dedicated to environmental projects up over the next few years. And he said there's a real risk that they'll have to do that. So 30% of 1,600 acres and no longer perhaps dedicated to environmental projects, which would be an absolute disgrace. But again, it's an indication of some of the pressures that the farming community are facing. So it was really good insight, not just about Countryside this morning, but about his main job as a large scale farmer. So you're in the Ulster Museum. It's part of 4 museums that we have in Northern Ireland, and very much within Northern Ireland we're responsible for the collections across art, history, and indeed natural sciences. And I'm told the natural sciences connection in Northern Ireland and Belfast dates back to somewhere about 1821. So there's a real history of natural sciences and collections here in Northern Ireland whenever the Belfast Natural History Society was formed way back, as I've said, in 1821. And the work of our natural sciences team here in the Ulster Museum focuses on research, obviously collections care, public engagement, and indeed collaboration. And it's through their expertise that we're able to contribute to the wider environmental understanding to the people who visit our facilities and the public in Northern Ireland. And as you know, natural science collections give museums particular responsibilities and opportunities. They allow us to show change over time in ways that are grounded in evidence. And here at the Ulster Museum, the natural science galleries are among the most popular spaces in the building, particularly with young visitors and their curiosity. And I always, when I visit this museum, really get enthused to see so many school kids, children, young people espousing that curiosity, and just it brings a buzz to the museum. And as walking through there this morning, there's at least 3 or 4 busloads of school kids in. So it's great to see that. It brings vibrancy, it brings interest and that curiosity. And as museums, we have a responsibility to make sure that curiosity can turn into understanding and over time into care for the natural world that we all live in and take care of. Last year, we explored many of these ideas through what we called exhibition called Wild Ireland, that looked at the past, the present, and then the future. We brought together art and natural science together to explore Ireland's biodiversity, from long-term extinct species to plants and animals that shape the island today. We did that set among recognizable landscapes through the art, and the focus attention on change over time and on the content around decisions we are now facing into as a society. And indeed, conferences like this create space to share experience honestly and to learn from one another. And I really encourage that, and I'm sure you're looking forward to that shared learning and the discussion that will take place over the next few days during your conference. So in conclusion, I'd like to thank your committee for bringing the conference to Belfast for the first time. I'd like to thank our own Dr. Helen James, our Senior Curator of Natural Sciences, and her colleagues for facilitating the conference over the next few days here at the Ulster Museum. And thanks to each of you for being here and for the contribution I'm sure you all make in this particular field, and the contribution that many of you will make over the next 2 days. So I hope, in summary, that the next few days are useful, thoughtful, and productive. And again, you're very welcome, and have a fantastic stay in Northern Ireland, and please enjoy your conference. Thank you.